Well, Jürgen, the UEFA Independent Review has released its report into events surrounding the Champions League final in Paris. First of all, what's your reaction to that?
I think it's super important that finally it's official. Let me say it like this: I'm not sure. At least in my life, there was never a case with more evidence, which I knew more about. When I was not directly involved, because I was on the other side of the wall in the stadium, pretty much. But families, friends, they were all there, and everybody knew how our supporters behaved. But it's really feels good, feels just right that it's now official, and everybody knows it now, because there was so much things said after the game which we knew they were wrong. It was just lies, and so I'm really happy that it's finally said officially.
How vital is it now that UEFA and the authorities implement the recommendations made in the report as a matter of urgency?
Yeah, there's no chance to ignore that. So there are massive, big mistakes made. So that they had to change the venue a few months before the actual event happened. I understand, and that's difficult. But to put it into a stadium which is not used regularly, so just for some big events, stuff like this, and not all the time. So as an example, if you would have used, and now I'm German, that's why I say it, but let's use Berlin, big city, enough hotels, is used to have every 2 weeks big events with 70,000 people in the stadium, stuff like that. So it would have been just exactly the same. But the supporters wouldn't have been from Germany, but from Spain and England. That would be the only difference. So there was a good chance to find a better venue than France. And so this, in the first place, that they didn't oversee it in the problems they had with the experience of the venue. I'm not sure, 16 years ago or something like that, with another Champions League final where they knew that it didn't work out too well. So I think that's the first problem. And all the other things, big events are organized so often meanwhile, and when you are under pressure, you have time pressure, you still have to make the right decisions, and that's responsibility for specific people. And so, yes, I hope they listen, I hope they learn.
More than 9,000 supporters contacted the club to document what they experienced that night and what they witnessed. I think for many of them that would have been very difficult for them to relive those moments. So how important were they in ensuring we've got to this point today?
Extremely important. I'm really happy that I didn't have to. The only good thing in all the bad things that happened there is that many journalists were there in that crowd. So independent, no Liverpool shirt, just being there and wanting to do their job, and they knew exactly that it was wrong as well, and I think that helped, because otherwise they probably all would have to go through that as well. I think we were really lucky that not more happened. Whatever I heard about it, that was a day of, I'm not sure how you say that, but the day of goodwill lies, that when you have to lie to protect the other person, because we all had messages from our people outside before the game, and the game got delayed, so we started looking at the smartphone again, what's happening. We knew it because people cannot get in, and everybody said, no, I'm fine, and nobody was fine. So nobody was fine, and when that really, then the game started, and I heard from people that everybody who was in the stadium was just there and thought, I made it somehow. Wow, it was not the mood you are in when you go to when you want to watch a Champions League final. So what it all took away, and the strangest thing is that after the game, like an hour after the game, the least important information on that night was that we lost the final. That's really crazy. And that shows just how it all went. But again, that not more happened was pure luck, I think.
Yeah, just to expand on that point, the report has highlighted the impeccable conduct and behaviour of the supporters on the night in preventing serious injury and deaths. What would your message be to those fans?
Thank you. Staying calm in a situation where nobody really can stay calm. tear gas in your eyes, pressure from up front, from the side, from behind, being locked in between thousands of people, and not pushing like crazy. Staying calm is a massive thing to do, and an extremely difficult thing to do, and then getting out of it and getting blamed for that. It's horrible. It's really horrible. So there are some jobs to do, and I hope they do it properly, because these kind of events should be a pure joy to watch. You pay a lot of money. It's a lot of work to qualify. Then you go there. Everything is in a positive mood, and in the end, you're just happy to arrive somehow in the stadium when you made it. When you hear it first time, you cannot believe it that all happened in that time, but it did. And so, yeah, there's a lot to improve, and I hope everybody learned from it.